I'm not surprised.
Does that cross the lane, do you think?
Yeah, it does. Listen, the presser was good. It was a great presser, back and forth, poking each other, but not too far. But once you get physical and you touch a man's face.
Chaos erupted at the airport as Shakur Stevenson crossed the line and physically attacked Teofimo Lopez, leaving everyone stunned. This shocking move shows a complete lack of control and sportsmanship from Stevenson, while Teofimo Lopez remained composed. The incident has escalated tensions and built massive hype for their upcoming clash in the ring. The aftermath of the airport incident left Teofimo Lopez visibly shaken, while Shakur Stevenson faced immediate backlash for his reckless aggression. Such behavior risks his reputation and undermines his credibility as a top fighter. Fans are now questioning Stevenson's mindset, and this chaos only adds fuel to the already intense rivalry building toward fight night.
His nose is jacked up. This dude got his nose split and slid. His shit's moved over.
Simon Jordan points out that boxing has always had its wild moments, but Shakur Stevenson's attack crosses a line. Unlike previous antics, this was personal and confrontational, showing poor judgment. Teofimo Lopez now gains the moral high ground while fans debate if Stevenson's behavior is bravado or a sign of serious immaturity, increasing the stakes.
And he smashed an egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
Spencer Oliver doesn't hold back, calling out Shakur Stevenson as overhyped and struggling to measure up. This attack at the airport proves his lack of discipline. Teofimo Lopez, despite the provocation, remains composed and focused. Fans now question whether Stevenson's confidence is justified or if he's simply trying to mask insecurities with aggression. This incident sets the tone for a highly charged rivalry where composure could outweigh reckless bravado.
Miller, you know what I mean? He's just a joke in my eyes. You know what I mean? It was a life or death struggle with a guy that is clearly past his best.
Eddie Hearn explains that tempers flare naturally in close confrontations, but Shakur Stevenson's attack escalates tension far beyond a normal face-off. Teofimo Lopez now has every reason to defend his pride, making the upcoming fight unpredictable and explosive. The drama generated here will fuel fan interest while painting Stevenson as volatile and impulsive, proving that mental composure and respect are as important as skill in high-stakes boxing encounters.
You know, when you're getting poked like that in a face-to-face, after a while the temper goes, and it's good. I think it's going to be that kind.
The Wade concept points out that a little pushing and shoving is part of boxing's showmanship, but Shakur Stevenson took it too far. The slap at Teofimo Lopez was reckless, crossing the line from entertainment to aggression. While security intervened, the damage was done in terms of reputation. This incident shows Stevenson's inability to manage his emotions and places Lopez in a strong position as the calmer, more disciplined fighter, winning fans' respect before the bout even starts.
Slap him. If so, I don't mind fighters pushing and shoving. Probably shouldn't be slapping each other at the face-off. Security did a pretty good job of corralling it while they could, but I thought it was just
Duke McKenzie surprisingly frames the chaos as entertainment, claiming it draws attention and excites the public. While this may generate hype for Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, it risks glorifying dangerous behavior. Stevenson may gain notoriety, but fans and analysts will scrutinize him for crossing ethical boundaries. The entertainment angle does little to hide the fact that Lopez now enters the fight with a psychological edge, presenting himself as composed, experienced, and ready for any challenge.
I thought it was a stroke of genius, personally. I don't see there's any harm in it. This is the entertainment business that we live in now, and if you're not going to be entertaining...
Adam Smith highlights the unpredictability of fight night, and in this case, the tension escalated before even entering the ring. Shakur Stevenson's airport attack against Teofimo Lopez adds a dangerous wild card, making the fight more than just physical skill. Lopez's composure and ability to adapt will be key, as Stevenson's impulsive actions could backfire. Fans are now on edge, anticipating a volatile clash where discipline may determine the outcome more than raw power or speed.
You don't know what's going to happen because it's different on that day than any other day. It just sort of scripts go.
Adam Catterall nails the divide among fans. The Shakur Stevenson attack on Teofimo Lopez has created a spectacle that some see as chaos, while others view it as pure entertainment. What's clear is that the incident has shifted the narrative, The fight is no longer just about skill, it's about pride and respect. Lopez's calm, measured demeanor contrasts sharply with Stevenson's reckless aggression, winning respect from those who value discipline. This polarizing moment builds anticipation and pressure, ensuring that fight night will be about more than punches. It's about who can control emotions under extreme tension.
But I do feel it's maybe what the sport doesn't need, and yet many people are saying, no, it's great, you watch it. Everybody wants to go to that.
Tony Bellew's blunt words hit the mark. The airport chaos shows the dark side of boxing spectacle culture, where respect and sportsmanship are often overshadowed by theatrics. Stevenson's attack on Teofimo Lopez turns the sport into a circus, drawing attention but risking credibility. Lopez's poise now positions him as the voice of reason, appealing to fans who want to see true boxing skill rather than childish antics. The incident also puts pressure on promoters and security to ensure the focus remains on the ring, highlighting how a single impulsive act can overshadow the sport's integrity while generating hype.
It's frightening for the sport. It's not that it's bad, it's frightening. But listen, this isn't boxing as a sport, this is the circus.
Eddie Hearn defends Shakur Stevenson, framing his attack as a natural reaction to provocation. While there's some merit to emotional responses, this moment exposes Stevenson's lack of discipline and questionable judgment. Teofimo Lopez's composure highlights his mental strength and maturity, contrasting Stevenson's impulsiveness. Fans now view Lopez as the fighter who can handle pressure, while Stevenson risks being labeled volatile and unprofessional. The incident has raised stakes and intrigue around the fight, turning it into a psychological battle as well as a physical one, proving that mental control and emotional intelligence are now critical components in high-level boxing matchups.
When someone pushes your buttons, when someone shoves you like that, when someone starts talking about your mum, no man, look, I'm a complete pussy, right? If you start talking about my mum and all this other stuff, I'm going to have a pop at you. I can't fight it, but I don't care, I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion. If you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's going to react.
Frank Warren brings logic to the chaos, emphasizing that pre-fight brawls only detract from the sport. Shakur Stevenson's airport attack against Teofimo Lopez was unnecessary, reckless, and unprofessional, showing a lack of respect for the craft. Lopez, by staying calm, emerges as the superior fighter mentally, proving he can handle provocation. Fans are reminded that fights are decided in the ring, not in public altercations. While Stevenson's antics draw attention and headlines, they risk overshadowing the actual boxing skills. This incident adds drama, but also pressure, forcing Stevenson to prove himself where it matters, inside the ropes.
Well, this is not a gang fight, you know. The only two have been fighting are the boxers, and save it for the night. They don't get paid. They don't get paid to fight before the fight.
The Wade concept acknowledges that pre-fight chaos has long been part of boxing, yet Shakur Stevenson's attack on Teofimo Lopez is extreme even by those standards. While boxing thrives on drama, putting hands on an opponent off the clock is reckless and disrespectful. Lopez's reaction, staying composed and professional, now makes him the fan favorite for self-control. This incident underscores the tension and animosity between these two, promising a fight charged with both skill and emotion. Stevenson may gain notoriety for the stunt, but Lopez gains credibility, highlighting the difference between impulsive aggression and true fighter discipline in the world of professional boxing.
On stage their face-off? Of course not. Yes, it's over the line. You shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other. But it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game, in the combat sports world.
Dave Coldwell perfectly captures the gravity of Shakur Stevenson's airport attack on Teofimo Lopez. What may have started as playful tension has escalated into a serious psychological factor heading into the fight. By physically confronting Lopez, Stevenson crossed a boundary, shifting the dynamic entirely. Lopez's calm demeanor now speaks volumes about his mental fortitude. The incident raises stakes for fight night, as it's not just about boxing skill, it's about controlling emotions under extreme pressure. Fans now anticipate more than a technical matchup. They're drawn into a high-drama showdown where Stevenson's impulsiveness could either be his downfall or play to his aggressive strategy. Lopez's composure and focus make him the clear psychological favorite, while Stevenson must now prove he can channel his aggression productively in the ring.
Changed everything, that, because that's a little bit naughty. Because I know it's all, you know, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it to another.
Simon Jordan's comment highlights the repeated history of fighters stepping over the line. Yet Shakur Stevenson's attack on Teofimo Lopez is particularly reckless. Unlike past incidents, this one impacts public perception and sets a tense narrative for the fight. Stevenson's lack of control raises questions about his discipline and professionalism, while Lopez's restraint immediately positions him as the superior athlete mentally. Fans now see Stevenson as a hot-headed fighter, while Lopez is admired for focus under pressure. This pre-fight altercation adds layers to the rivalry, making the fight about skill, temperament, and reputation. Every gesture and reaction will be magnified, and Stevenson's antics may backfire if he cannot maintain composure when it matters most inside the ring. Lopez has the psychological edge, showing that calm and calculated discipline can outweigh brash aggression.
Smashed an egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended.
Duke McKenzie frames Shakur Stevenson's attack as a strategic move in boxing's entertainment landscape, but this perspective is misleading. While hype sells tickets, physical aggression outside sanctioned fights crosses a moral line. Stevenson may gain short-term attention, yet it risks overshadowing the sport itself. Teofimo Lopez, by remaining composed, reinforces his status as a disciplined champion who prioritizes skill over spectacle. The incident illustrates the tension between marketing drama and maintaining professional integrity. Fans now expect fireworks, both in and out of the ring, but the pressure is uneven. Stevenson must manage his impulsiveness, while Lopez can focus purely on performance. This adds an extra psychological layer to the fight, as Stevenson's aggression may backfire, potentially costing him focus, stamina, or public goodwill. Lopez emerges as the smarter, more measured contender, highlighting the difference between calculated risk and reckless theatrics.
Let's call it. I thought it was a stroke of genius, personally. I don't see there's any harm in it. You know, this is the entertainment business that we live in now, and if you're not going to be entertaining...
Teofimo Lopez proves once again why he is the tactician in this rivalry. While Shakur Stevenson's attack drew headlines, Lopez remains composed and analytical, discussing his opponent's style, strengths, and what makes him the rightful star of this matchup. Lopez's comments show strategic intelligence, understanding both the hype and the sport itself. Fans see that he isn't just reacting emotionally, he's thinking, planning, and positioning himself for dominance. In contrast, Stevenson's impulsive actions suggest overconfidence and poor judgment. Lopez is signaling that while Stevenson thrives on theatrics, real success comes from preparation, skill, and psychological strength. This elevates the fight's narrative from mere aggression to a true clash of strategy versus ego. Fans are now hyped not only for action in the ring, but also to see whether Stevenson's brashness can withstand Lopez's calculated pressure.
Trying to attest to right here, man. So, honestly, nevertheless, man, I see it as, look, when they presented the fight with Devin and all that, a lot of things had came in my way, but it all happened in perfect alignment. Devin didn't have no motion. As I was saying earlier, Shakur has motion. He did his thing. He looked outstanding against William Cepeda at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. And this is what you guys need. This is what boxing needs. This is why we're here. We're here to take over.
Shakur Stevenson's statement oozes confidence, but it borders on hubris. His words highlight arrogance, implying he underestimates Teofimo Lopez's technical skill and ring IQ. Lopez, by contrast, has consistently demonstrated maturity, discipline, and mental toughness, traits that have elevated him against top competition. Stevenson may have a high work rate and youth on his side, but arrogance can be dangerous in boxing. History shows that overconfidence often leads to mistakes inside the ring. Fans now anticipate a clash of not just fists, but mental fortitude and composure. Stevenson's threats set the stage for a classic showdown of ego versus experience, impulsiveness versus strategy. Lopez's calm, measured approach positions him as the true favorite to dominate when it matters most, proving that in boxing, preparation and focus often outweigh brash words and theatrics.
Can't wait to beat him and shut him up. Teo not on his level. Teo is a high-level fighter, but he's not on my level. I'm an elite-level fighter, and come January 31st, I'm going to show it.
The Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson saga has reached fever pitch, and fight night promises fireworks. Lopez's calm, calculated skill contrasts sharply with Stevenson's reckless aggression, making this more than just a fight. It's a battle of wits, will, and supremacy. Don't miss the action. Comment below who you think will dominate when the bell rings.